Hey guys, so today's video I have a new foundation release to demo and review for you guys. We're going to be talking about the new Bare Minerals BarePro foundation. So this is their new liquid foundation. I have been waiting for Bare Minerals to come out with a liquid foundation forever. I remember back in the day, back in high school, the original powder foundation was my go-to, and I remember always thinking I wish Bare Minerals would come out with a liquid foundation that was kind of like medium to full coverage, because it would probably be bomb. So I have really high expectations for this foundation. I'm hoping it works out good. I haven't tried this yet. This is going to be a first impressions. So I'm just going to read a couple claims from the box. It says, flawless medium to full coverage that lasts all day, creamy blendable texture for luxurious comfort, stay true mineral pigments designed for all skin tones, oil-free, non-comedogenic, hypoallergenic, and dermatologist tested. So right away when I first saw the packaging on the Bare Minerals foundation, I was like, that looks super close looking to the MAC Studio Fix fluid, if you're familiar with that. So the packaging does look kind of similar. And just looking at it, like the Bare Minerals packaging does look bigger than the Studio Fix. You would think that you get more in the Bare Minerals, but they actually both have 1 fluid ounce in both. So that was pretty crazy to me. Like, the packaging is just so much bigger looking. But anyway, you do get a pump on the Bare Minerals foundation, and you don't get one with the MAC Studio Fix, so that was a big thing I was happy about with this one, because a pump is always good. For reference, I did go with the shade Sable in the Bare Minerals foundation, and I would say that's a really pretty close match to a MAC NC40 if you're trying to compare that way. NC40 is a pretty close match. I'm normally like an NC20, NC30 in the MAC foundations, but in the summertime I do go up a couple shades in my foundation, so this pretty much matches me right now. So I haven't tried this on my face yet. Let's jump into this. Beauty blender on one side, brush on the other. Let's do it. So I'm going to zoom you guys in, and I'm just going to pump a little bit on the back of my hand. I would say it's definitely a little bit more fluidy. It's definitely a little bit runny. Ooh. Is it me, or does this look a lot darker on my face than it does on my hand right now? Like, I feel like it just immediately kind of oxidized a little bit, and that's interesting. So I'm going to see what it looks like when it blends out, but this is looking a little bit dark for me. It definitely looks a lot lighter in the packaging than it does on your face, but we're going to make it work. We'll use concealer and stuff to lighten it. You guys know the drill. It is blending out super easy though. So my initial thoughts, I really like the way it looks on the skin. It's a very soft matte finish. It's not too super drying. It's not clinging to any dryness. Not that I really have any right now, but it's really just sitting on top of the skin very nicely. For a more matte foundation, usually it looks a little bit dry and sometimes cakey on the skin, but it's not looking like that whatsoever. It looks really super nice. Kind of blurred my pores. This is what it looks like compared to this side. Really flawless, beautiful coverage. I really like it. I would definitely say probably go down a shade than you think you are, because this definitely looks a little bit lighter than it does on my face. In the bottle, it looks a little bit lighter in the bottle. So I blended down my neck, and it kind of matches my chest a little bit more than it does my face, so I think it's going to work out fine for the video, but just if I had to repick a shade again, I'd probably go down a shade. I'm going to switch it up and use a Morphe Y7 brush. I usually use my Artis Oval 8, but I'm just going to switch it up for this video. Let's just pump out a little bit more. You can definitely pick up a little bit more coverage with the brush. I think initially, to place the product, I think you could probably get a fuller coverage out of a brush. So I definitely like both applications with the brush and the beauty blender. I definitely think you could pick up a little bit more coverage with the initial application with a brush. The beauty blender side is still a nice, beautiful coverage, but there is a little bit more skin peeking through on this side than there is on this side. So if you want to initially go in with full coverage, I would say choose a brush, and then beauty blender if you want a more natural look. But either way, they both still look pretty freaking natural. I think it's a beautiful finish, actually. I'm kind of loving it so far. I'm just going to add a little bit more on this side to build up the same coverage and kind of just see if it builds on this side. It seems to be working fine. Here's an up-close look at my skin. Pores on my nose definitely look minimized. My skin looks really smooth. Definitely liking this so far. It looks really, really good on the skin. No weirdness on my forehead. Sometimes that happens to me. If you watch my videos, you know that, but it looks pretty friggin' smooth. So far I definitely agree that it's a medium to full buildable type coverage. It looks great on the skin, definitely a matte type finish. I almost don't feel like I need to set this with powder, and I don't think I'm actually going to, just to see how it wears. I am going to do a little bit of a wear test today. We're going to wear this for a couple hours, see how it wears throughout the day, and I'm going to check back in. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm actually going to go ahead, finish off the rest of my makeup, do some highlighting and kind of color correct this situation a little bit, and then I'll do a check back in after I'm done my makeup. I will be right back. Okay guys, so my makeup is on. I actually didn't just get done putting on my makeup. It's been on for like almost a good 4 hours now. Between filming this video, I filmed this makeup look, so that took me some time, and then I was taking some pictures and stuff, and I had to do a couple other things. So it's actually been like 4 hours since I started filming the first half of this video, which is crazy. I wasn't planning on that, but that's how it turned out. So far, I'm really super impressed with this foundation. I didn't set it with any powders besides like putting my bronzer on and stuff, but actually like setting my face with powder, I didn't do that, and it's holding up great. My makeup on top went on fine without setting it with powder. It looks really, really good. It definitely reminds me a lot of MAC Studio Fix Fluid, but just a little bit more natural, which is like awesome because sometimes I feel like MAC Studio Fix Fluid can cake up just a little bit, but this looks really, really freaking good on the skin. Like I'm really, really loving it. And the fact that there was no flashback in my pictures that I was taking, I took some pictures with and without flash. Just like Studio Fix, there is an SPF in the Bare Minerals foundation, and there's no flashback with Studio Fix, and there's none that I can see with this one as well. It looks really, really good on camera, which I'm pleasantly pleased and surprised about because I was kind of worried about that, but it looks so good and flawless. Like if you like medium to full coverage, I think you would definitely like this foundation. It feels super lightweight on the skin. Like it does not feel like I'm wearing anything on my face right now, even though it looks like I'm wearing like a crap ton of makeup right now. Another thing which is really cool that I noticed, you guys know how I was pumping the foundation out on the back of my hand when I was applying it. I went to go wash my hands before I started doing my makeup, and the swatch on the back of my hand of the foundation was actually pretty hard to get off. It was being like water resistant to when I was washing it, which is super cool, which to me shows that it's definitely going to be a very long wearing, durable foundation. So that's really good news. At this point, I'm not seeing the foundation cake up at all in any areas. It still looks like I just applied it. I did read some reviews that people were saying this foundation caked up on them. I think less is more with this foundation. A little bit is definitely going to go a long way. But I put like a pretty good amount of foundation on, and it doesn't look cakey on my face yet. I mean, I do have like my smile lines. They do tend to crack a little bit with pretty much any foundation, but it's really not being too bad, especially being a more full coverage foundation. Those tend to crack on me a little bit more, but this one looks pretty freaking good. I am definitely giving it an A+ at this point. I honestly don't think I even really need to do another check-in at this point, just because, you know, when a foundation, like you put it on, you already know you like it, and you can tell like by the way it feels and it's wearing that it's gonna wear really nicely throughout the day. Like that's how I feel right now. I don't feel like this foundation is really gonna move or get too oily or go anywhere on me. So I feel like I'm gonna end this so I can edit it and get it up for you guys tonight, so you guys can watch it tonight. And then I will also update, like I'll wear it throughout the rest of the day, and I'll update in the description box like at what point, like if I felt like it started to cake up or break down, I'll leave like all those footnotes in the description box. I think that Bare Minerals absolutely nailed this foundation and this formula. It was kind of everything I wanted it to be. I was really, really hoping this worked out because I've been waiting for Bare Minerals to make a liquid foundation for so long, and this stuff did not disappoint. I'm really, really liking it. So yeah, definitely check the description box down below for more information. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review and got some good information out of it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!